Hello everybody and welcome to my channel 100% Pure Elvis. Thank you all for taking the time out to return to my channel today. It is much appreciated. And if you are new to the 100% Pure Elvis channel, thank you and I hope you enjoy this upload. This upload today is on behalf of a new subscriber of mine called David, and obviously everyone else who is watching this upload. And to all of my new subscribers who have joined recently, thank you all very much. And I hope you enjoy the 100% Pure Elvis channel going forward. And the magazines I've got in front of me are a selected few from my collection. I've got a vast collection of Elvis Presley magazines in storage, and over the past year since my channel started, I've done many reviews on my magazine collection. So if you are wanting to look at any of these magazines page by page, please return to my channel and you will see that I have done some magazine reviews. If there is a specific magazine that you are wanting me to do a thorough review on, please leave in the comments below and I will get that done as soon as I possibly can. But as I was saying, I have done reviews on the majority of these magazines that I'm sharing with you. Now, I'm not going to be doing page by page reviews with these because it would just take far too long. I've got about 25 different magazines to share with you here. And again, also, if I'm unsure on the release date of the magazine, I won't say that either because I don't want to give out false information. But if anyone who is watching this upload knows the year the magazine was issued, please leave in the comments below because I'd love to know myself. So should we make a start? The first one is an American magazine, TV Guide. And again, this is I don't know the year this was issued, unfortunately, but I love that image of Elvis there on the front cover with the mirror design there from Aloha from Hawaii. And I purchased this off eBay and it was imported all the way from America. I've had this in my collection for a number of years, but again, inside there's only a 4-page spread on Elvis, a 4-page story. But again, I love that design of that front cover. So that is the first one, TV Guide. And it just says Elvis, nothing else. But again, great front cover design there. Again, the next one again is TV Guide. And again, these first 3 magazines I purchased together on eBay at the same time. And this is the Comeback Special 1968 edition of TV Guide with the mini CD on the front with that great image of Elvis there in his black leather suit at the 1968 special. And it must have been on 4 different covers because this is number 4 of 4. So there must have been 4 different magazine covers for this featuring Elvis. I've only got the one. And again, inside, it's about a 6-page spread on Elvis. But again, unfortunately, I do not know the release year. So that is the second copy of TV Guide. And the last copy of TV Guide, again, with a mini CD on the front. And this is never before released Elvis recordings. And again, so you've got the mini CD there with the Sun label, with again an image from Aloha from Hawaii on the front. And I think for me there, I can't remember, I'm just going to take a quick look inside to see how many pages there is on Elvis in this one. If I remember correctly, yeah, it's about there's about 6 pages inside featuring Elvis. And again, all these 3 copies of TV Guide I purchased them together on eBay many years ago. Unfortunately, I can't remember how much I paid, and they were all shipped from America. So, love them 3 magazines. The next one is one of the earliest magazines that I purchased featuring Elvis. Again, unfortunately, I don't know the release year, but I have done a complete page-by-page review of this magazine, The Complete Elvis. So, and king size Elvis poster pull out inside, and that is still inside this magazine. And I love the back cover image here as well of Elvis. And so inside, quickly we'll show you inside. So this is the one that pulls out into poster. And so you got that as well. And on the reverse, and inside, all great images of the king here. And I'm trying to get as much in as possible. Again, there you go. And then finally, the poster itself. I can't remember what it looks like. Yeah, the poster is from GI Blues, and at the bottom right it says, "Sincerely, Elvis Presley." So again, there you have The Complete Elvis. Unfortunately, I don't know the release year of this magazine. Now, in the United Kingdom, we have a magazine called Vintage Rock. And Vintage Rock is a magazine that I consistently buy, and they always do a lot of front covers featuring Elvis. And they do special magazines, which is completely Elvis, but they also do magazines where Elvis is the main feature on the front. This copy is issue number 10. Elvis, the crowning of the king. So you got the 1950s image there of Elvis, and inside you will have a good 12 page, maybe 10 to 12 pages featuring Elvis. I love Vintage Rock magazine, and it says there, Elvis, the crowning of the king. And on the reverse, look at that, it is promoting the legacy edition of Elvis, recorded live on stage in Memphis, and the album box set down in the bottom right. Issue number 10, Vintage Rock magazine. Now, if you are looking at purchasing any back copies of Vintage Rock magazine, please visit their website online, and it will let you know if it is still in stock or not. Now, the next one is issue number 15 of Vintage Rock magazine, Elvis, the ultimate rock and roll icon remembered. So, and the image there, as you all know, is from Jailhouse Rock, and absolutely top right, Elvis's 80th birthday special. Again, please ask if you want me to do a page-by-page review in each of these magazines. I think I've done these ones before. I can't remember. I think I have. If I haven't, I will certainly do a thorough review of the magazine. Just ask me in the comments below. The next one is the same magazine, but with a different front cover, because it was issued on 2 different magazines. And this one here, as you can see, Elvis, the ultimate rock and roll icon remembered. And it is from the 68 special image there. Out of the 2, I prefer this image rather than the Jailhouse Rock one. Absolutely love that front cover. Again, as I was saying about Vintage Rock magazine, the next one, again, is issue number 52. Issue number 52 of Vintage Rock magazine. How TV Tried to Tame Elvis. And it says the controversial performances that sparked a battle for America's heart and soul. And you got Linda Thompson here. I've had the pleasure of meeting Linda, a lovely lady, gives a lot of her time to Elvis fans. And great image of Elvis there on the front cover from the 1950s. How TV Tried to Tame Elvis. Issue 52, Vintage Rock magazine. The next one, the front cover is just, it's in your face. One of my favourite 1950s images of Elvis, and it is the UK edition of Esquire from summer of 2022. Look at that. Absolutely love that image of Elvis on the front. And inside there is, trying to find it if I can, there are some great images of Elvis inside this magazine, trying to find the part that Elvis is in. So, when you can, so it would just take far too long, but again, if you're looking at purchasing this copy, try eBay. You know, even on the Vintage Rock magazines, go to eBay, type in Vintage Rock magazine issue and the number I'm telling you, and see if anyone's selling a copy. Same with Esquire. Go to their website first and see if they still have the summer 2022 issue in stock as a back copy. But again, great image of Elvis there on the front there from the 1950s. I think I'll just love that image. Now, the next one, well, in the United Kingdom, without wanting to sound rude, it is, we call it like it's a woman's magazine, and the older generation of women would buy this magazine, and it is called Yours Retro. And I work as a retail manager in a place that sells magazines, and when this came out, I just had to buy it, and it's called Yours Retro, Elvis, the King of Rock and Roll. So this magazine is completely dedicated to Elvis. And again, absolutely, like, lovely magazine. And I loved reading it. Great information inside, great photos. I just goes like, you've got your GI Blues there. The wedding. So yeah, so again, I have done a review on this before. So please return to my channel, 100% Pure Elvis, and you will see the review for Yours Retro, Elvis, the King of Rock and Roll. So look, all them different images of Elvis there. There's the one from the 50s, Jailhouse Rock, the Army, and the wedding. The next one is quite rare now to get a hold of. And again, I've got a spare copy of this that I'm going to be sending over to Gina in Australia. So Gina, her channel, Patrick Hat's Place for Elvis Fans, Gina has supported me from the very beginning. And, you know, Gina sent me over a great LP of Elvis many months ago, and I'm trying to get a few items together to send across to Gina. And she's always been after this magazine, and this is one of the magazines I'm going to be sending Gina's way. So Gina, you know, I am going to be sending it to you. You know, I do promise you that. But it's called Elvis Collector's Edition. And again, the image there is from Aloha from Hawaii. And it's one of my favourite magazines of Elvis. And it says on the front, The King's Amazing Life and Legacy. The women who loved him speak out. 200 plus must-see photos. And it on the back, look, from the 50s, it goes film by film, the 68 special. Here you go, you got the movie guide, and it talks you through every single Elvis movie, the 50s. And for me, I know I've seen these on eBay. You're looking at 10, 15, 20 pounds. And again, I can't remember the year it was issued. I think maybe, let's see if it's in the magazine. No, I'm guessing probably about maybe 6, 7, 8 years ago. Could be less than that, but Elvis Collector's Edition. Now, the next 3 magazines are, again, favourites of mine. So they're called the Elvis Years Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3. So here you go. The Elvis Years Volume 1, obviously the start of Elvis's career. And it says From Tupelo to Stardom, The Ultimate Guide to Elvis Presley's Early Years. And again, quite difficult now to get the 3 of them. Try eBay, go online, and you go to the Anthem. So here is the publisher, Anthem, and see, are these still in stock? The Elvis Years, Volume 1. And on the back, as you can, just promoting the Memphis Recording Service releases. I've got this. I don't have any of these 3, but I've got this one here. So that's Volume 1. Volume 2, the Elvis Years Volume 2, From Fort Hood to Hollywood. Matinee Elvis there. And it says, The Ultimate Guide to Elvis Presley's Army Life and Rise to Movie Stardom. And on the back, it says 132 pages of classic photos, new interviews and in-depth features, Presley's classic albums of the 60s, Hollywood movies and soundtracks, the essential alternative Elvis playlist, and much more. Volume 2. Volume 3. From Comeback to Final Days. Again, Aloha from Hawaii on the front. And it says, From Comeback to Final Days, The Ultimate Guide to Elvis Presley's Later Years. Promoting more Elvis releases on the back there. And out of the 3, I'd have to go for this is my favourite out of the 3. Because obviously I just love learning about Elvis in the 70s. It's just, I was brought up on Elvis music from the 70s. So absolutely love it. But there you go, that's the final page. Absolutely great magazines, great. The next one says 25th anniversary edition. So that would have been 2002, I believe. 2002. And it's called Elvis. And again, don't know, it just drops out there. So it's just dropped out the magazine. I can't remember how I got a hold of this magazine. I think, so in 2002, I was working, obviously. So I probably purchased it with my wages from the local newsagent. But again, you know, I don't like the image at the top there. It gets me really upset. But you, with Lisa Marie here. So, and on the back, his last time going through Graceland. And it says, this is a quote from Elvis, I've been lucky. And you know something? I just feel sometimes like it's all a dream. Like I'll rub my eyes and wake up and it will be over. I hope not. I hope it never happens. I hope it never ends. Elvis with over 100 never seen before photos. The next one is a new magazine that I've only just purchased a couple of weeks ago. I've not done a thorough review on it yet, and again, it's from Vintage Rock magazine, Elvis: The Early Years, How the King Defined the 50s. And it says Elvis Top 20 50 Songs, The $1 Million Quartet, The Real Deal, which is all about his 50s movies, Becoming Private Presley in the Army. So I do know I do need to do a complete review of this magazine, and I will be sharing it with you all. Elvis: The Early Years, readily available now. This is in all good newsagents. The next is from 2007, Life: Remembering Elvis 30 years later. So again, using a well-known image of Elvis there from the 50s on the front with that beautiful red shirt, and it says, a new expanded edition of Life's classic book with never before seen photographs. I do remember I purchased this from WH Smith where I worked at the time. But again, great images inside. And if you want me to do a review on this, again, share in the comments below. I love that bit there. That's all of his movie posters across his career. So, Life: Remembering Elvis 30 years later. Please leave in the comments below if you would like me to do a thorough review on that magazine. The next one, again, is a special edition, special collector's edition guide of TV Guide magazine, and has to be one of my favorites. This is Elvis. Again, look at that. I love that design there. Gorgeous 1950s Elvis there. The live music and legacy of the King of Rock and Roll, plus pull-out poster Elvis trading cards. Again, I did order this on eBay, so it was second-hand, and I purchased it separately from the other TV Guide magazines. Shipped over from America, but again, absolutely love this. Trying to see... No, I can't show you the poster because it is still inside, but I'd have to, and I don't want to rip it out. But the Elvis trading cards, so I'm hoping you can get to see them clearly there. Absolutely. I mean, this magazine is completely intact. And on the back of the trading cards, all the information. Absolutely love this magazine. And you're looking at £25 plus now if you want to add this to your collection. But I love the style of it and everything. So, TV Guide, Special Collector's Edition, this is Elvis. The next one, I can't remember the year it was issued. It's unofficial. It's an unofficial magazine in the United Kingdom. We call them bookazines. So it's like a magazine, but in the style of a book. So where I used to work, WH Smith, it is a big company in the United Kingdom and worldwide. WH Smith is really well known, and they do magazines that also come in the style of a book, and they're just called bookazines. And this one, a tribute to Elvis. And I can't remember how old this magazine is. Fair few years old now. And it says The Complete Guide to the King of Rock and Roll. I love that image of Elvis on the front. You know, again, when you purchase a magazine or a book on Elvis, or like an album of greatest hits, 90% of the time, they will always use an image from the 1950s. I love it when they use an image from the 1970s. So I love the front cover image of Elvis there. I do believe that's from 1975. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. If I go further in, you will see the images down below as well. Absolutely love this. And it says at the bottom, the live shows Elvis on film, his life and legacy. And on the back, again, at the bottom there, it's just showing you part of what's inside the magazine. Now, again, I do think I have done a review on this before. If you can't find it on my channel, leave in the comments below and I'll do another one. A tribute to Elvis. The next one I've had in my collection for years. Again, I don't know when it was issued. And it's from the Uncut magazine. Uncut Legends Collector's Edition Elvis. And it's the amazing story of the King of Rock and Roll. Absolutely adore this magazine. I've had it since it came out. And again, all these images at the bottom here. And on the back, it's just promoting a DVD with Clint Eastwood, but for some unknown reason. But great magazine. And I've not read it for a while. And it says, All Shook Up, the 20 Elvis tracks that changed the world. So we would probably all have a difference of opinions on the choices in this magazine. I can't remember what 20 they chose, but again, I don't think I've done a review on this, so I will get that out of the way, and I hope you enjoy it. But Uncut Legends, Collector's Edition, Elvis, the King of Rock and Roll. When I was going through my magazines today, I actually did not realise that I had Life magazine twice. They're different from each other. So this is another Life magazine. The King Lives On, remembering Elvis Presley. Again, that infamous image of Elvis there from the 50s in his red shirt. And on the reverse, again, from the 1950s. Now, again, I don't want to get tired in saying it. I don't mind them using images from the 1950s, but maybe use an image from the 60s or 70s on the back. But again, Life magazine, I think this is a newer edition from what I remember correctly. But yeah, I'm just going through the magazine, and here this is, again, sharing with you some albums here. So again, if you want me to do an up-to-date review on Life Remembering Elvis Presley, leave in the comments below. Now, the next three are exactly the same magazine, but you'll see why I've had to purchase all three. Again, they are from Vintage Rock magazine. And again, there's three different front covers because you've got your 50s, 60s, 70s. Elvis collector's cover, one of three. And it says, Live in Person, the King in Concert. What a great image of Elvis there from the 1950s. You know, whoever chose that image for the 1950s cover is out. What a great touch. Again, and it says, Shaking Up a Storm on the Road with the Memphis Flash, plus 68 special, Vegas shows, Elvis on TV, TCB Band, Aloha from Hawaii, Jordanaires, Louisiana Hayride, and it says top 20 live recordings from the Hayride to his final tour. And on the back, again, promoting Visit America's Musical Cities. So that is front cover one of three from the 1950s. Number two, the 1960s. They always have to choose the infamous 1968 special with the black leather suit. Back cover is exactly the same. And finally, The 1970s image is, I think that's from Elvis on Tour, if I remember correctly. I think it's from 1972. Again, please go to the Vintage Rock online and see if these are still available. Failing that, try eBay. Vintage Rock presents Elvis. Collector's cover 1, 2, and 3. There's about 5 more to go. The next one is from, again, Vintage Rock magazine. Elvis Collector's Edition, The King of Rock and Roll, 68 Comeback Special Show. And again, look at that image of Elvis on the front there from the 68 special. And it says 132 pages of pure Presley, all over from Hawaii, Elvis fashion, a sensual guide to his Vegas years. Again, I just can't remember what year this was issued. And on the back, it is sharing with you Lee Memphis King, who is an ETA. I've never seen Lee Memphis King, but it says he's direct from the West End, BBC's World Greatest Elvis. So again, I'm not sure if I've done a review on this before. So if you're wanting me to review Elvis Collector's Edition, leave in the comments below. Again, Vintage Rock magazine. Now, this is not fully Elvis. This is just Vintage Rock magazine with Elvis on the front. And it is issue number 31. The Final Decade Elvis. And the image there is from the movie Change of Habit, which happens to be my favourite Elvis movie. And you've got 60 years of Buddy Holly there, or that would be the day. But yeah, it's got Elvis, country hits and glorious gospel, essential tracks, studio secrets. And on the back, it's promoting the concert with the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra. So again, if you want me to review this magazine, Vintage Rock, The Final Decade Elvis, issue number 31. Next is from 2017 from Vintage Rock magazine, Elvis' Celebration. I absolutely love that front cover. I love that image of Elvis from the 50s. And it says 40th anniversary tribute, the man behind the myth. Interviews, influences, and inside stories. Absolutely stunning magazine. On the back, promoting some releases from the Memphis Recording Service. I think I've done a review on this from what I can remember, but I'm more than happy to do another review on this magazine if required. The next one is Elvis at the Movies, again by Vintage Rock presents. I love this magazine. I love reading about Elvis movies because I think that's possibly my weakest area. You know, when I talk about Elvis and people ask me, are you the font of all Elvis? No. I think the movies is probably my weakest area of knowledge with Elvis. But so I love reading. It goes through all of his movies, tells you all about the movies and how much they made and the storyline and etc. And so it's got Elvis's leading ladies, the biopics, the concert films, the songwriters. Elvis and I Flirted All the Time by Marilyn Mason. I've met Marilyn Mason, a lovely lady. Epic Elvis Movie Feast. A celebration of the King's big screen adventures, including in-depth features on all 31 Elvis movies. Such a great magazine Now, Gina, please let me know in the comments below if you have this magazine. If you haven't, I do have a spare copy. So again, Gina, if you haven't got a copy, let me know. If Gina has a copy, I will obviously have the opportunity to send it to someone else. Elvis at the movies, and on the back, promoting more Elvis releases. And I just want to go to my favourite movie actually, which is going to be at the back, obviously, which is Change of. At the back, it also talks about the biopics of Elvis as well, like Elvis, Heartbreak Hotel, Elvis and Me, Elvis and the Beauty Queen, up to the Austin Butler one's in here. So this is quite a recent magazine. So I'm trying to. I'm stopping at that a minute. Live a Little, Love a Little. I love that film. I think it's quite a quirky film. I love the soundtrack to Live a Little, Love a Little. Here you go. I mean, this is my favourite movie, Change of Habit. And movie by movie, you get in-depth text on the movie itself. And there you get an audience with the king here. So, Vintage Rock presents Elvis at the movies. And we're on our last one. Now, again, it is by Vintage Rock magazine. Again, it's called Elvis Collector's Edition, but it's very different from the other one that I've shown you. So, if you are wanting me to do a review on this copy, please ask me to do, please in the comments below say, Mark, can you do a review on Elvis Collector's Edition, Up in Lights, Elvis at the movies? So here you go. So again, Elvis Collector's Edition, The King of Rock and Roll, Essential Guide to His Golden Years, Up in Lights, Elvis at the movies, Tupelo to Graceland, his musical roots, his style, his records, and the women in his life. So again, or you could put, Mark, can you review Elvis Collector's Edition, Final Magazine? And again, on the back is Lee Memphis King. So again, that was the last magazine that I wanted to share with you all on this upload today. I'm very conscious of time. So again, them magazines, I've been collecting them over the years. Any of them magazines that you are interested in and you're looking at adding to your collection, go on the website of Vintage Rock magazine, try eBay. Obviously, if they are out of stock, you're not going to get a hold of them. The eBay will be the place where hopefully people might be selling a copy of the individual magazine itself. But obviously, if you are unsuccessful in getting any of them magazines into your collection and you want me to do a page-by-page review, don't hesitate to ask, and I will do any review on any of them magazines that you have just been watching with me. But leave in the comments below so I know which one you are looking at me doing. Again, I just wanted to say it's a very important week for us all. It is Elvis week. We've got today is Gladys Love Presley's anniversary of her sad passing. So let's all remember Gladys Love Presley. Friday, we've got Elvis, the anniversary of Elvis's sad passing. So again, let's all be there for each other. And I do want to close out by saying, please reach out to me on my channel if, even if you want to message me, put a comment below on Friday. I'm going to try and do a special upload on Friday. So reach out to me. Do not be on your own. You know, if you're feeling down, you're feeling lonely, I'm here at my channel. I might not be there in person, but I will be there I will always get back to you in the comments below. Obviously, there is the different time zones around the world, but let's keep the spirit of Elvis. And I always sign out by saying, please keep Elvis close to our hearts. Please keep on playing his music. That's really important to me. And love you all, everybody. And I'll speak soon. Bye-bye.